Hi everyone, so here is our computations part for elasticity. So, wala munang mukha-mukha. Dito muna tayo sa paint. Magsosolve. Okay, so I'll be reading first the problem and I'll be flashing the problem also para meron kayong copy. Then we'll be solving it just as we solve it sa classroom setup. Okay? So let's start. Okay, so number 1, we have the first problem. I'll read it to you. Yesterday, the price of ball pens was 50 pesos a box and Juana was willing to buy 10 boxes. Today, the price has gone up to 57.50 a box and Juana is now willing to buy 8 boxes. Is Juana's demand for ball pens inelastic, or unitary? Solve for the elasticity of demand and illustrate the graph. Okay, so we start at given. So like all problem solving, we look for the given. So we have a given of Q1, QD1, QD1, and P1 to represent the quantity demanded and price for. Okay? So we have first, dati daw, nakabili siya ng 10 boxes. Sorry sa handwriting. Sorry talaga. Okay? At 50 pesos. Okay? Then, nung binago, this is your QD2 and P2, nung naging 57.50 na lang, or nag-increase, yung price, ang kaya na lang niya bilhin ay 8 boxes. Okay, so we see a gradual decrease in quantity demanded based on the givens. Okay, so how do we compute? We use the formula. Uh, sa mga students ko, I have given sa LMS namin the formula to be used. This is what I use in computing for elasticity kasi this is more of, mas accurate siya kasi average yung ginagamit for the original price. Okay? Kasi nga naman, nagbabago nga naman ang price and quantity. Okay? So, the formula for the elasticity of demand is we have QD2 minus QD1 divided by QD2 plus QD1 divided by 2. Okay? So, that's a quantity all over, di pa tapos, all over P2, price 2 minus price 1 divided by the quantity of P2 plus P1 all over 2. Okay? So, this is the formula we'll be using. So, substituting it, so QD2, QD1, so we have 57, quantity nga pala, 8 minus 10 divided by 8 plus 10 divided by 2. Okay? Then, sa baba, we have P2 is 57.50 minus 50 divided by 57.50 plus 50 divided by 2. Okay? So, isa-isahin natin. Kung gusto nyo, dire-diretsuhin nyo na lang sa calculator. Pero, I advise na gumamit kayo ng parenthesis in doing this. Kasi if dire-diretso lang siya, sumasala yung sagot because we all know the PEMDAS rule. Okay, so if you are doing this, you make use of the parenthesis correctly. Okay? So, ang gagawin ko is I'll be isa-isahin. So, 8 minus 2, 8 minus 8 minus 10 is negative 2 divided by 8 plus 10 divided by 2. So, that's 18 divided by 2, 9. Okay? So, okay na tayo dyan. Then, this 157.50 minus 50 is 7.5. Okay? Divided by 57.5. Plus 50 divided by 2 is 53.75. Okay? So, when you divide negative 2 sa 9, you have negative 0.22222222. Okay? So, it's unending. And this one is 0.1395. I usually do 4 decimal places. Okay? So, mas gusto ko kasing 4 kasi at least if i-round off ko siya sa 2 decimal places, mas madali ko makita if paano ko siya i-round off. Okay? So, we have that. Divide na natin. Negative 0.2222 divided by 0.1395. So, we have negative 1.5929 or negative 1.60. Sabi, absolute value, we look at 1.60. So, when you categorize it, this is more than 1. Okay? Ano nga pag more than 1? It is elastic. So, if it's elastic, we graph. Okay? I don't actually do the proper lining of the graph. Okay? You just do the price and then the quantity demanded. Ano nga pag elastic? We see a medyo pahigang curve, downward sloping curve for the demand curve. Okay, that shows the elastic. So again, this is for guided exercise number 1. I hope you followed through. If I have made any mistakes, kindly correct me, kindly. Okay, so this is number 1. Okay, so this is number 2. We read the problem. Catherine advertises to sell cookies for 4 pesos a dozen. Wow! 4 pesos lang. She sells 50 dozen and decides that she can charge more. She raises the price to 6 pesos a dozen and sells 40 dozen. What is the elasticity of demand? Illustrate the graph. Sana all 6 pesos lang ang cookies. Okay, anyway. So, let's look at the given. So, I'm so sorry talaga sa handwriting. Okay, anyway. So, given, we have QD1 and P1. QD1 is equal to, you have 50 dozen. Okay? Hindi ko na siya minultiply ng 12 kasi yun naman yung numerical equivalence niya. Okay? And then P1, you have 4. At 4 pesos a dozen. Okay? Kaya daw niyang magbenta ng 50 dozen. Okay? And then for QD2, nung tinaasan niya yung price at 60, at 6 pesos a dozen, okay, ang bumibili na lang sa kanya is 40 dozen, ang nabebenta niya. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang nabibili sa kanya is 40 dozen na lang. Okay, we saw a difference, okay, a change. Kaya, we use the formula again. Formula is equal to elasticity of demand is equal to Q2 minus Q1 all over Q2 plus Q1 divided by 2 all over P2 minus P1 all over P2 plus P1 over 2. Okay? So, ganyan lang kami mag-solve before ng mga previous students ko. Dire-diretso lang. Okay? Kasi when you get the hang of it, parang, oh, sige, dali lang pala nito eh. Hirap-hirap na accounting, dali lang nito eh. Okay, anyway. So, we have QT2, 40 minus 50. Okay, divided by 40 plus 50. I'm just substituting, ha? Divided by 2 from the given. Kasi mas madali pagkita mo eh. Okay, we have P2, 6 minus 4. Then, 6 plus 4 divided by 2. Okay, if you can do this straightly in the calculator properly, you can do it. But for the sake of isa-isa, let's isa-isa it. Okay, 40 minus 10, 40 minus 10, 40 minus 50 is negative 10, divided by 40 plus 50 divided by 2 is 45. Okay, then next we have 6 minus 2, we have 6 minus 4 is 2, then 6 plus 4 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, then here you have mm, negative 10 divided by 45 is 0.22222. Okay, negative. Then this one is 2 divided by 5 is 0.4. Then we divide this. Okay, negative 0.22222 divided by 0.4 is equal to 0.5555 Carne Norte. Okay, 0.56 if we round off to the nearest to do two decimal places. So this is negative absolute value. We get 0.56. This is less than 1, so this is inelastic. Okay, inelastic. Okay, when we graph an inelastic curve, ganito po yung itsura niya. So, sabi natin medyo steep. So, gawa tayo ng medyo steep. Okay? Yan. Steep po siya. Okay, I hope you got it. Medyo mabilis, pero you can replay it. Sorry. Okay? So, yun. So, this is for number 2. Okay, we go to number 3, guided exercises, and I'll read. Given the following points, solve the elasticity of demand and illustrate the corresponding graph. So, we have A, given na. Okay, kopyahin na lang natin. So, we have the given QD1, QD1 and P1. Sabi, QD1 daw is 60, while P1 is 40, then QD2 is 80 when the price is 2 pesos. Okay? So, let's solve. Dali lang, di ba? Formula, again, recite with me. Elasticity of demand is equal to QD2 minus QD1 over QD2 plus Q1 all over 2 all over P2 minus P1 divided by P2 plus P1 all over 2. Okay? So, substitute 80 minus 60 divided by 80 plus 60 divided by 2 all over 2 minus 4. Tama? 2 minus 4 ano? 2 minus 4 divide all over 2 plus 4 divided by 2. Okay? We go now to solve isa-isa. 80 minus 60 is 20 divided by 80 plus 60 divided by 2 is 17. Then here at the bottom we have negative 2. Okay, 2 minus 4 is negative 2. 2 plus 4 is 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, now we look at this. 20 divided by 70 is 0.2857. 20, okay, divided by negative 0.6666666. So I'll just round it off to 0.667. So we divide 0.2857 divided by negative 0.6667 is negative 0.4285. Okay, so absolute value we get 0.4285, which is also less than 1. So this is elastic, inelastic, inelastic. Okay, less than 1. So the graph is PQD, and medyo patayo siya. Okay, pangit ng aking sulat. My God, hindi ako pwede dun sa handwriting challenge. Okay, anyway, so this ends number 3. Okay, we go now to number 4, and I'll read the problem. The initial price and quantity of widgets demanded is price 1 is equal to 12, quantity 1 is 8. The subsequent price and quantity is for 9 pesos or 10 widgets ang nabebenta. This is all the information needed to compute the price elasticity of demand. However, hindi yun ang pinapakompute. The initial quantity of sprockets demanded is 9 and the subsequent quantity demanded is 10. Okay, Q1 is 9 and Q2 is 10. Compute for cost price elasticity of demand. Okay, so dito naman ang kinocompute natin is cost price elasticity. We give the given, okay? So we have QD1. This is for widgets. QD1 is 8, P1 is 12, QD2 is 10, and P2 is 9. Again, this is for the widget. Okay? Then, may subsequent information which is ang nabebenta daw before na sprockets is 9 and nabebenta ngayon is just 10. Okay? This is the sprockets. Now, we need to look for the cross price elasticity. Okay? Anong makukuha natin doon? We are going to assess if the widgets and the sprockets are actually substitutes or complements of each other. Okay? Pag negative, they are complement. Pag negative, complement. Okay? Ang pangit ang sulat. Pag positive, we have substitute. Okay? So, yun yung aabangan natin. Okay? Formula for cross-price elasticity. Okay? We have the percentage change. Okay? When the triangle is symbol siya ng change. Okay? Change in quantity demanded. In this case, we look at the quantity demanded of sprockets muna. Since siya lang yung merong, ang given niya lang is quantity demanded, we cannot look for the price of the sprockets because it's not given. Okay, so divided by the percentage change in price of widget. Kasi siya lang yung may price. Okay, how do we, let's expand the formula. Okay, EC is equal to, again, Q2 minus Q1 all over Q2 plus Q1 divided by 2. Okay? Itong isa, P2 minus P1 all over P2 plus P1 divided by 2. Okay? Parang ano, no? Kulang yung blackboard. Okay? Hindi, malaki lang talaga sulat ko. Okay, let's substitute. So, we're looking for sprocket. So, dito ka titingin. So, 10 minus 9 divided by 10 plus 9 divided by 2. Okay. Sa baba, dito ka titingin kay widget. You have 9 minus 12 divided by 9 plus 12 over 2. Okay? So, mapapansin mo na dito, negative na agad. Okay? So, may kutob ka na. Okay, let's solve. We have 10 minus 9 is 1 divided by 10 plus 9 is 19 divided 2, 9.5. Okay. Then 9 minus 12 is negative 3 divided by 9 plus 12 is 13 divided by 2 is 10.5. Okay. So, 9 plus 12 is 21. Okay, tama. 20, 21 divided 2. Okay. So, next, we have 1 divided by 9.5 is 0.1053 divided by negative 3 divided by 10.5 is negative 0.2857. Okay? So, the answer is negative 0.3686. Okay? Pwede nyo siyang i-multiply sa 100. Okay? Hindi ko lang siya ginagawa kasi alam ko na kasing percentage siya. So, for presentation's sake, if you were asked to present the percentage change, you multiply it by 100. However, if you just, the instruction just tells you to compute, okay, you just leave it be and do not multiply by 100. Okay, it depends on the professor. Okay, so 0.3686. So, this is, ano lang titingnan nyo. Okay, you'll just look at the sign. So, pag negative siya ay complementary. Gaano siya ka-complementary sa ano? Ka-complementary kay si sprocket kay widget. Ito yon 0.3686. Okay, we know that negative infinity or minus infinity is for perfect complements. Okay, so hindi siya pumasok sa negative infinity but 0.3686, that's the value of gaano siya ka-complement kay magka-complement widget and sprockets. Okay, so I hope you get it. Okay, ganun lang po ang cross-price elasticity. Okay, that ends number 4. Okay, number 5. So, 5 and 6. Pagsasamahin ko na. Let's read the problem. If the price of product A increased by 10%, the quantity demanded of B increases by 15%, then the coefficient for the cross elasticity of A and B is, so yan. So, ang gamit niya actually dito is E is equal EXY, okay? Para cross elasticity na, okay? So, because yun yung given, let's do it. Madali lang kasi given we have the price of product A is increased by 10%. So, pwede din tong plus 10%. Ibig sabihin, positive. Then, this one is QD of product B. Okay? Nag-increase daw siya ng 15%. So, increase by 15%. So, this is plus 15%. Okay? Increases and decreases are important in computing for cross-elasticity. Okay? So, formula for cross-elasticity, you have EC or EXY. So, maalin ang gamit nyo. EXY is equal to percentage change in QD of A, no, sorry, QD of B, kasi yun lang given, QD of B, and percentage change in price of A. Okay, substituting, you have 15% divided by 10%. So what's the answer? You have 1.5, positive, negative. This is positive, okay? Kahit wala nakalagay, this is positive. Okay? Ano nga pag positive? You can say that product A and B are complements or substitute? Yeah, substitutes. Substitutes. But not perfect. Okay? So that's number 5. This is number 6. Let's read. If the price of product A increased by 10, the quantity demanded of B decreases by 15. The coefficient for the cross elasticity of A and B is, okay, so let's again given, we have price, product A, and for QD of product B. So you have increase by 10% again for A, so plus 10%. However, for product B, there's a decrease of 15%. Okay? So this is negative 15%. Again, this is important, the increase-decrease, kasi we're computing for cross-elasticity. So formula, again, EC or EXY is equal to percentage change in QD of B and percentage change divided by the percentage change in price of A. Okay, substituting, negative 15% for QD, and for the price we have positive 10%. You have divided by, negative 15 divided by 10 is negative 1.5. Pag nga negative, ano pong ating connotation? Siya po ay complements. Okay? Complement po silang dalawa. Okay? So, if you look at this one, this is this is positive for this as a substitute, and this is negative for the complements. You have to remember that this can only be done if you are computing for cross price elasticity. Okay? Pag you are computing for income elasticity, ang pinagbabasehan mo ng negative and positive is determination of an inferior and normal good. Okay? So, wag malilito ha. Pag income elasticity ang kino-compute, inferior goods and normal goods ang ina-identify mo based on the computation. Okay? For cross-price elasticity, you're identifying if the two products are actually substitutes or complements of one another. Okay? So, that ends number 5 and number 6. Okay? This is my reminder regarding perfectly inelastic and perfectly elastic kasi wala akong computation na naibigay. Okay? You have to remember that when you are computing for perfectly inelastic, elasticity, okay, ang pahiwatig niya is when you do the formula of elasticity, the Q2 minus Q1 over Q2, okay, the formula, ang lumalabas is, ang numerator niya is 0, okay, and some other, what do you call it, number as a denominator. It can be 1, it can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's actually more than 0. Okay? The denominator is more than 0 and the numerator is 0. Okay? Bakit? Anything, so when 0 divided by a number is actually 0. Okay, am I correct or am I correct? Okay, when you divide zero by a number or a number by zero, and sorry, when you divide zero by a number, the answer is zero. Okay? So, ganun po siya. Okay, kahit kunin yung calculator nyo, you input zero. Ginagawa ko siya, zero divided by 1, zero. Okay, zero divided by 5, zero. Okay, zero talaga siya. So, ang graph niya, you have to remember that the graph is actually just a vertical line. Okay, ibig sabihin, again, kahit magbago ang presyo, quantity demanded never moves. Okay? Ano nga ang examples? You have the essential goods. Essential goods or the necessities. Okay? Yan. Next. Perfectly, ay, ba yun? Perfectly elastic goods. Okay? When you compute for them, ang lumalabas, ang numerator is any number greater than 0. Let's say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 point something, ganyan, ganyan. Any number more than 0 or more than 1, but the denominator is 0. Okay? The denominator is 0. Ibig sabihin, denominator. Dito, kung ang ibig sabihin nito, the quantity demanded does not change. Pero even if the prices change, dito naman sa kabila, even if the price do not change, the quantity demanded continuously changes. Okay? So, ganun po ha. So, ang lalabas dito, when you input it in the calculator, is actually math error. Okay? Pero, sa mga estudyante ko, do not put math error. You put this symbol, favorite ng magjowa, infinity. Okay? Okay? It means unending yung changes niya. Okay? For the graph, you have the graph of a perfectly elastic good is actually like that. Okay? Kahit hindi nagpabago ang price niya, quantity demanded constantly changes. Okay? This can be seen at luxury goods. Yan. Okay? So, that ends the computation for the elasticity. I hope every one of you understood. So, ang hindi ko lang pinrovide is computation for income elasticity, but it's actually the same in computing for the price elasticity. Okay? Bye-bye!